Picture this: you are waking to the soft glow of dawn, the scent of bread baking through the bustling streets of Rome. Your day would begin with a visit to the public baths, followed by a leisurely stroll through the forum, where you'd engage in lively debates, conduct business transactions, and witness the pulse of civic life beneath the shadow of majestic marble columns. That was just a small glimpse into an average day as a Roman citizen. But with everything in life, there are a set of laws and cons to all good things. In this video we will go through the most bizarre laws in ancient Rome. With no further ado, let's dive into the oddities of these Roman laws. In the early years of Rome, fathers possessed legal authority to execute their entire families, exercising unrestrained power over their household members. This dominance extended to the ability to sell their own children into slavery, though such offspring could reclaim their freedom after being sold 3 times. However, a father who engaged in such transactions 3 times was deemed unsuitable for parenthood and would get their testicles chopped off and could not legally adopt. Moreover, regulations mandated that prostitutes alter their hair color to blonde, imposing a distinctive mark upon their profession. In cases of unfaithfulness in marriage, husbands were not only permitted but encouraged to arrest their unfaithful wives and their other lovers, confining them while summoning neighbors to witness the scandal. Within a strict time frame of 20 hours, the husband was obligated to alert as many neighbors as possible to examine the cheater. Subsequently, the husband had 3 days to publicly declare the affair, providing intricate details of the violation of law. Notably, if the partner happened to be a slave or a prostitute, the husband retained the right to execute them outright. However, if the offender was a citizen, the husband was compelled to engage in a deep conversation with the father of his unfaithful wife and encourage the father to legally unown their child. Additionally, fathers possessed the legal right to slay their daughters' lovers, irrespective of the attire they wore. The wearing of purple garments was strictly prohibited, as this color symbolizes great wealth and authority, reserved exclusively for the emperor. Women faced the mandate of leaving their residences for at least 3 days a year, for fear that they risk being classified as property, emphasizing the social expectation of female mobility and engagement beyond domestic confines. The peculiar legal practice of holding trials for animals accused of crimes, known as animal trials. These trials were a phenomenon in various cultures throughout history, including ancient Rome. These trials emerged from a belief in the moral and legal accountability of animals for their actions, reflecting a blend of superstition, religious beliefs, and early legal traditions. In ancient Rome, animals were sometimes brought to trial for offenses such as destruction of crops, attacks on humans, or even acts of witchcraft. These trials were conducted with a degree of formality, with the accused animal often assigned a legal representative, similar to how human defendants were provided with legal counsel. The trials would typically involve witnesses, evidence, and arguments presented by both the prosecution and the defense. One notable example of an animal trial in ancient Rome occurred in 82 AD. According to historical accounts, a swarm of locusts devastated crops in the region of Carthage, causing widespread famine and hardship. In response, the local authorities decided to hold a trial for the locusts in an attempt to appease the angry population and demonstrate that justice was being served. The trial was conducted in a makeshift courtroom, with the locusts represented by a human lawyer appointed by the magistrate. Witnesses were called to testify about the extent of the damage caused by the locusts, and arguments were presented regarding the culpability of the insects for the famine. The locusts were found guilty of causing the crop destruction, and they were sentenced to be banished from the region. This involved a ceremonial expulsion of the insects from the territory, accompanied by prayers and rituals aimed at ensuring the success of future harvests. The trial of the locusts illustrates the extent to which animal trials were taken seriously in ancient Rome, despite their absurdity by modern standards. As we wrap up our exploration of Roman laws, we're amazed by the unique rules that govern daily life. From powerful fathers to strange trials for animals, Roman law was both fascinating and peculiar. Remember to stay curious about history's oddities and join us for more discoveries next time.